Today's show is sponsored in part by Racedec. Over 2 decades ago, Racedec was invented, a cost-effective, durable, and truly do-it-yourself modular floor system engineered for the garage. Racedec's multi-patented design allows for easy DIY installation without all the hassles and mess of toxic epoxy coatings, transforming your garage in just hours, not days. Choose from over 20 styles, over 33 patents within the product line. Patented self-draining understructure allows liquids and moisture to flow freely, eliminating odor-causing mold and mildew. Racedec manufactures 24/7 and ships most orders within 48 hours. Racedec is the original USA-made, multi-patented modular flooring system engineered for the garage, invented in 1997 by our friend Jürgen Mahler. Jürgen Mahler? Shop at racedec.com and use code SPIKE911 for an exclusive 15% off and free shipping. Racedec.com, code SPIKE911, 15% off and free shipping. Let's start the show.
Spike's Car Radio starts now.
Welcome to Spike's Car Radio. Doing a little bit of a weird show today. We are doing a practice show for the new video YouTube show, but at the same time recording our old-fashioned audio show. And it's been quite a weekend. Zuckerman's not here. He's with his... He's visiting his mom and the memory people. You know, when I started thinking about him I started thinking about the Penguin and how every time he and I are in our respective houses sitting with our dogs watching the Penguin, he calls and goes, I really love this Penguin. And I go, really? I don't see the similarities in any way. What are you talking about?
Fantastic.
A weird, kind of mean guy who loves his mom a lot? Why would you like that, Zuckerman? I can really relate to this. As I was watching the first episode, I just looking at my watch going, how many minutes before Zuckerman calls and acknowledges he's the Penguin?
Wow.
But he still hasn't had that insight yet, Johnny.
Right. Well, he's not that murderous.
Yes, he is.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
He absolutely is.
Yeah. He's, I don't know. He's not deformed.
Did you watch the Penguin?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it was good. It got a little long, but then it got good.
I fast forward through most content now.
Do you?
Yeah, any sort of scene where characters are talking about their relationship. And I know that's weird coming from a writer.
No, I get you.
But I don't have time for it anymore.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so any of the bonding scenes or any of the backstory scenes, I am not interested in a show like The Penguin. Or if I'm watching Lioness or something. Not interested in that.
What, I'm wondering, action?
I just want action. I want someone to tell me why Taylor Sheridan is in all the scenes in this. I thought he was the showrunner and writer, but I guess, okay, he's going to put himself in Lioness this season. Maybe they should just call it Sheridaness. But whatever. We put up with him because we like his shows.
Yeah.
But Penguin. Is Zuckerman.
Zuckerman the Penguin?
Is Zuckerman.
I mean, so who would you? So you'd be the Joker or the Riddler?
I'm not in the show.
No. I'm just saying in the Batman universe.
No, but
you're the Riddler.
I'm saying his mom is the mom in the Penguin, who he's visiting right now,
and he killed his brothers.
And he killed all his brothers. Okay. That's exactly right.
Okay.
Anyways, did you watch that Jake Paul fight?
Yeah. I mean, what a nice way for Tyson to earn $27 million. Like
20.
Was it only 20?
Look, okay, I don't want to sit and complain about it. Here's what was really interesting to me, that Netflix was doing a live event, even though they didn't have enough they were doing it over a 14.4 modem, apparently.
That was wild.
But separately, everybody in my family came to me and said, hey, are we going to watch the fight this weekend? Which I loved. Yeah. Even my wife was like, is there some sort of fight everybody's talking about? The ladies on the tennis court were like, we got to get home for the fight. And it was kind of like the Super Bowl. I appreciated that, okay, this is going to be fun. I can order pizza. It's Friday night. I can have the wife. I can have the kids together. Yeah. And we're going to watch an old-fashioned fight.
Yeah.
And it was, and I really loved that idea. And you know, the undercard fights, I forget who they were. There was
the first one was bad. That was just ridiculous.
I think I caught the second one and then the ladies fighting.
The second one was great. That was a great fight.
Both of those fights were fantastic. Yeah. But you seem to know more about this than me. Were those actual like sanctioned fights? Is that even the right word?
So the first one was nonsense. It was like the biggest Indian social media star versus Brazil's biggest social media star. That was just a bad fight. The second one, I believe, was the welterweight championship fight. Then
there was a guy from Mexico and a guy from Arizona fighting that bloodied each other.
Yeah, that was
fabulous
a good
fighting.
Great fight.
And then hugged each other at the end of it.
They always hug. But then the ladies' fight was just insanity.
Ripping each other apart.
Insane.
Close-ups of like eyes opening up and the rest of it.
And then they really got carried away with the Irish lady headbutting the Puerto Rican lady. And I thought that was, I don't know, at the end, like, yeah, Puerto Rican lady probably won. But although it was a unanimous decision that the Irish fighter won.
Yes.
Two very, very entertaining fights with very talented boxers. And then the main event was sort of, Yeah,
and you know, everybody's still trying to process what we saw. But one of the simplest explanations is it was a fake fight. It was a fake fight between two guys collecting paychecks, and fake is kind of open to interpretation. I've read and looked at and seen some interpretations, like, you know, people claiming to have the what was it, only 8 rounds, claiming to have the story beats out there. See, it was all fake. It was all choreographed. Then I've seen some folks who were like, Tyson wasn't right. He wasn't strong. There was something going on with him. And Jake Paul was just trying not to hurt him because he knew the backstory of, or the real story of what was happening. He was sick, or he was hurt, or he really wasn't up to the task, which kind of looked like. But also you look at Mike Tyson and you go, it looked like he was holding back all the biting of the boxing glove.
Well, that's something he's always done. He always
between hits, between punches.
No,
there was no punching this time. It was very frustrating for all of us to watch, because I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think I met a single person who was hoping Jake Paul would win. Everybody tuned in to see Jake Paul get the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, of course.
What an interest! That's a good show. That should have been the name of the show, right?
Yeah, no.
But now we're left to interpret whether it was real or whether it was fake. Wait, Mike Tyson himself came out and commented on it and said, in June, I needed 8 blood transfusions, and I had been sick, and I was just trying to keep it together, and I'm really proud of myself. And of course, I'm synopsizing here, worse than AI, but I'm proud that I was able to stand up against a 27-year-old beverage guy, YouTuber, right? Okay. But what is that? Here's the topic. Try to stay on it. What is the blood transfusion? What is he talking about? Do you know anything about that?
He was sick. He came down. Remember, the fight had an original date, and they had to cancel because he got sick with something. I think it was COVID or something.
Okay. Wait, no. Nobody's getting 8 blood transfusions when you have COVID.
I have no idea.
That's a better answer then.
Yeah,
that's a better answer.
But I think it was COVID. Anyhow.
But what do you think 8 blood transfusions, trying to stay on topic, what do you think would require that? I know it's hard for you, Johnny, but just try. I just want to have this conversation.
Leukemia. You get 8 blood transfusions when you have a blood disorder. So you have leukemia.
Do you really think so?
I know you get 8 blood transfusions if you have leukemia. They're constantly giving you new blood. So yes, that's what you get 8 blood transfusions for.
Was it 8 that he announced? It was a bunch. Maybe it was 5.
5 is hepatitis.
I agree with you. There's something, he had something serious. And doesn't that kind of align with what we all saw, that he looked not himself?
Well, okay. He clearly had something wrong with his legs. His arms looked okay, but he was so unmobile. Now, he's 58. He came out in a knee brace. I don't know. And
he also tripped when he made his entrance a little bit.
Yeah, there's something wrong with his legs. So the string from his legs had gone slack. So, and you know, if you follow boxing,
there's the quote. You'll be able to see this stuff in the video show.
Yeah.
His direct quote: "I almost died in June. He lost 25 pounds and had 8 blood transfusions, 1 for each round." Well, that's, you know, that belies something pretty serious. I know you might have been joking there, but I think you might be right that this. And then what do? You have to go do the fight. because
yeah, I mean, $20 million.
and that does align with Jake Paul maybe going, I don't want to hurt the guy.
Or, the other thing is, like, is Jake Paul actually capable of hurting the guy? Like he's won some fights, but who the hell is he fighting? You know what I mean? So Tyson's still tough, and you saw this, just the physical shape his body was in. I mean, he's a strong dude. So I don't know. It wasn't a great fight. It just wasn't a great fight.
Did you see the shot where his ass was showing when they were
Hell yeah, eat more cake. That was amazing.
That is what Netflix did right.
I like that.
The fact that he's just walking around like that.
I like the fact that he hugged a guy, kissed him, and told him he loved him, and then turns around, his ass is hanging out. I thought that was really just like...
To me, that was worth it. There it is. Look, there's the shot.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But, I mean, look at the size of that guy's back. He's in good shape. I mean, those are muscles, So I think he just had some leg issues. And leukemia.
See?
Yeah.
We got someplace good.
All right.
Let me take you there, Johnny. You'll be happy. Pull up Ristaficionado, our sponsor. We love Ristaficionado. Ristaficionado sells beautiful watches, jewelry, all sorts of lovely things in Beverly Hills, Miami, and New York. An unparalleled collection of high-end timepieces and top-tier white glove service. Ristaficionado specializes in ultra-limited, hard-to-find modern production pieces from Patek. How do you say this word, Johnny?
I don't know. I can't say.
AP.
Yeah.
What about this one? Richard Miley.
Dickie Millie.
Dick Mills. And Rolex. Okay, now sort by their most expensive watch. This is my favorite thing to do, Johnny. Watch this. High to low. High to low. There you go. We're seeing high to low. That can't be. No. You're in the wrong spot. You have to go to all watches. That's discount high to. There we go.
Oh.
Okay, so top watch, Patek Nautilus with a Tiffany blue dial.
How much?
1.5 mil. I think these guys are going to be bringing a beautiful watch on the show, on the video show, every show.
Oh, that's cool.
And I've asked for those watches. These guys right here. Look at this.
Nice.
Yeah, so we can actually... have you ever worn $1 million watch?
I have.
You have?
I have.
Like what?
Dickie Mills.
Dickie Mills? You wore a Dickie Mills?
I mean, yeah, I went to Ristaficionado and I put one on. I was like,
oh, you did?
Look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they've been selling watches like crazy to a lot of my friends.
Hey.
Seems like a lot of my friends can afford these watches and I can't, but they have something for everybody there. You can also sort low to high and see a bunch of beautiful stuff. They have Johnny's visited the boutique here in Beverly Hills. We love Ristaficionado, and we thank them for sponsoring Spike's Car Radio. They've been finding hard to find watches for friends of mine very quickly, and people have been buying them. We have to up the ad rate on that.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know if you caught SNL. We should probably talk about cars.
Yeah.
Let's talk about cars.
Yeah.
Especially since this is a car show. You brought up a beautiful car onto the set.
I did. This is a great car. Maserati. MC20
There it is.
Cielo.
Watch what we can do right now. All right. Watch. Cam is going to be getting up from his position.
Yeah.
He's getting up, ladies and gentlemen. He's told us to wait 1 second.
Okay.
He's taking over a special type of camera he calls an iPhone, and he's going to AirPlay it to the monitors so we can see what's going on. Oh, now we're seeing his texts.
Uh-oh.
That's not good. Jaguars and the Lions. You're into that?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us about this car, and Cameron can point the camera wherever you want to tell us about. Look at this.
This is awesome. This is the convertible version of Maserati's little supercar, the MC20. Cielo means sky, so when the roof is up, it has a transducer roof or whatever, so it can go from opaque to clear. Roof obviously goes down. Extremely powerful for a little V6. It's like 621 horsepower, 538 pound-feet of torque, turbo V6, little dual clutch transmission, goes like stink, and now the top goes down. And this one, I never got a Monroney on it, but I believe the base price is like $275,000. This one has some options, including that massive trident on the rear deck. That's under the clear coat. That's not a sticker. That's painted on. So that's like a $25,000 option or something crazy.
That is right there?
Yeah, because it's under the clear. It's paint. They had to like pull it off the line and have somebody like paint it, you know.
Listeners are going to love this. If they see when you're talking about this and we're seeing what you're talking about, it's so fantastic, Johnny.
Yeah.
What's Johnny's driving is going to be a wonderful segment.
That's right. It's going to be awesome. And yeah, just a cool car. I mean, is it perfect? No, like the cup holders behind your elbow and stuff like that. But everybody loves looking at this thing.
It kind of reminds me of my old Dino in that fly yellow.
It's very Dino-like.
And I remember, I think Maserati lent me one of the coupes, and it was coupe. That's right, I said coupe.
Yeah.
It was very drivable. Really nice car. Really enjoyed it.
The only thing I would change if they said, hey, you can change something, it'd be like the brake master cylinder. It's like you got to get way too far into the brake pedal before the brakes kick on. And it's hysterical because they have a screen that shows you like percentage of throttle and percentage of brake based on what you do with your feet. And so the same movement with your foot will give you like 30% throttle.
Right.
But like 17% brake. So it's just, that's the only thing. So for real fast driving, you got to just remember you're going deeper with your left foot than your right foot. But
hey, Cam, take it off 0.5 and stay in 1 because it kind of, and then go off the front corner of the car and just kind of hold it. Just so, like, I think on the first shots, hey, listener, you're getting to hear me do my job. I think on the initial shots, you stand right there and maybe do really slow movements to the left and the right. Beauty shots. And then we would direct you in to the other stuff.
But what a
that looks great.
Magnificent looking car. I mean,
this car looks awesome.
Yeah, it's
great. I love these cars. Does this car save them, do you think?
What's so crazy?
Are they still a Stellantis company?
They are a Stellantis company. And I'm hearing crazy things about Stellantis. Crazy shit.
Like what?
Just morale is in the toilet. Bankruptcy imminent. Very high-ranking people jumping ship. Like all bad. Everything's bad there. Layoffs are coming. Bankruptcy's coming. Brands are going away.
But they're sending us press cars.
I mean, they gotta you gotta sell some cars. The crazy thing right now is Maserati has such a terrific lineup. Like, I know, doesn't matter what I say, no one's gonna buy them, but like this, the Grecale, the new Gran Turismo, Gran Cabrio, like they're phenomenal, exceptional cars, and yet no one's gonna buy them. And on the internet, people just say, "LOL, depreciation." But like, if you can get past that, it's wonderful to drive. I'm loving my time in this thing. So.
I'm still just trying to get over what you just said about Stellantis.
Yeah, apparently it's very grim. And
I mean, there appears to be a lot of that. Did you read that Aston Martin story? I mean, I had the DBX 707 last week, which I don't have anymore because it grenaded itself.
It did?
After a couple of days. It was just a press car, so it's kind of unfair to say it about, but there were some electronic issues that were going on. Yeah. And it was just, but I don't know. But then and I love that car. That DBX 707 is an amazing SUV. Amazing. Miss it. Yeah. I only had it for 2 days and I really wanted it. I really wanted it back, but they're going to send it back to me. I get back and I open up my phone and on one of those like boardroom, I think it was, on Instagram, Aston Martin is losing $1.8 million a day. Aston Martin has spent over $500 million this year, or 1.8 per day. The company has posted a pre-tax loss of $295 million following supply disruptions and weakening China market, which is a phrase I hear all the time with respect to cars. Weakening China market, weakening China demand. Production forecasts were cut by roughly 1,000 vehicles by the end of September. Aston Martin is in a very good place to be right now.
No.
And I think out of the two of those, who would you rather lose, Aston Martin or Maserati?
Neither. But
pick one.
I guess Maserati. This is horrible. It's like, which one of your kids do you want to survive?
It's a Sophie's choice.
Yeah, exactly. It's
which
Sophie's
one?
choice.
Make the Sophie's choice.
Maserati. But
you would let Maserati go?
Yeah, Aston Martin.
Ask me.
Aston Martin. Spike, which one would you kill?
Maserati. In a second. I love Aston Martin.
I love Aston Martin too. I love Maserati though. It's tough.
I had a Maserati. Bi-turbo.
Well, yeah, okay, that was a very dark time for the brand. But I will say Aston did launch 2 vehicles this year, so that does eat cash. These things were like, oh, they're losing this much a day. It's sometimes that's not exactly what's happening. Like, they knew they were going to spend a lot of money to get cars out and market them and develop them and all that. So, but no, look, and they're another one where they have a horrible depreciation problem. The cars just depreciate like crazy. I have this friend, James Kramer. Art
Kramer.
Vandalay on Instagram.
So he's leaning into his last name
Yeah.
with a 30-year-old joke.
Hey, man.
Cam, what's our running time so far? 28 minutes?
24 minutes.
24. There you
minutes.
go. All right.
Anyways, he just is chronically posting Brigade Trailer posts about Aston Martins where they've lost like half their value in 20,000 miles.
Yeah.
That's bad. Just depreciation is bad for brands. But they're great cars. So I don't know.
Tell me more about this Maserati. 0 to 60.
Fast. I don't know off the top of my head.
What do we have
quick.
for a motor? 600 horsepower, 650?
It's 621 horsepower.
621.
I want to say. And it's a small. It's a 3 liter, 2.9
so
liter.
probably 3.2 range for this car.
Yeah, something like that. 2.9 to 3.2.
Fast enough.
Yeah, super fast. Carbon fiber tub. And what's nice about a carbon fiber tub is when you make it a convertible, it doesn't really get much heavier and doesn't get less rigid. So it's still structurally the same as the coupe. And it's just 3-spoke wheels. They're leaning into the 3-spoke wheels for it. I love that. And it's
sharp. You won't see another one.
And what does it compete against type thing? It's the size of a Boxster. So if you think about like a Boxster Spider RS, right? Well, all in, you're paying what, $250,000 for that, and
right?
That's 495 horsepower. This is 621. That's 330 pound-feet of torque. This is 538. So it's kind of good value for money in that regard. People say, "Oh, resale, okay, fine," but if you take that out of the equation, it's a hell of a thing. So
what is it going to cost me?
This one's over 3, but I think 275 to
How many Boxsters could I get for that?
Boxster Spider RSs? 1. Yeah. You can get 2 normal Boxsters.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm driving Zuckerman's M1.
Oh, what do you think?
I love it.
You do?
Yeah. It's funny because he has this one, and then he has, you can kind of see it in this shot right there behind me. It's okay, Cam. You don't have to go over there. He has this one, and he has a black one that's modded out, right? This guy is stock, 335 horsepower, right? And manual gearbox. And I drove it 2 years ago before I got the BMW thing, and I was like, why? I remember calling Jerry, why is this guy messing with this stuff? What a waste of time this is.
What'd Jerry say?
Oh, no. He'll come back. He said something like that. Once he gets into a 356. And then I just hung up the phone. No. Jerry's going to be on one of the first video shows, by the way. I'm very excited. Because we're Porsche guys. But then, I've been talking about it the last couple of weeks. I've been driving Zuckerman's BMW collection. And it's really, my kids' love of these cars has seeped into me. The fact that they love them and they drove, like James drove the 1M last night.
Cool.
He's a kid. He's just learning how to drive a man. He just jumped in and he knew he was shifting the gears, drove up the street. I was like, oh my God. It just made me love the car. And on the way, we were off to a tennis court to just do some hitting. He goes, what car are we taking? I go, we're going to take that rust-colored BMW. He goes, what is this? Didn't know anything about it. Instantly, I go, he goes, this car sounds great. He goes, it's got a manual gearbox. He goes, it's making a nice sound. He goes, what is it? And I'm telling him about the car. Made him in 2011, 6,000 units, 6,300 or something like that.
They're very low, and only like 900 something for the
I go,
US.
look, it's got a little M button on the steering wheel. Wait, I'm going to cruise and watch. I'll press the M button, and I do, and you feel it pick up a little bit. It's got a nice little pop, great balance. By the time we get to tennis courts, he goes, hey, can we buy this? And I'm like, no, it's not our car. I think it's Zuckerman's partner's car, Robert, who's letting us drive it. But, that suddenly I'm feeling it. Like this morning I had to run down the hangar and grab some stuff before I came here. I'm just loving every moment of that car. It's so interesting that suddenly these cars just grab you. And, a lot of people have written about it, Johnny. They say, is this the best M car?
It's so funny because I got to drive it again because I drove it in 2011 and we did a video comparing it to the then current M3.
Right.
So it's the same motor. And my memory of that car was it was just like way sloppier than an M3. Like it sort of had a lot of understeer, way too much oversteer on power. So I was sort of down on it. I never got the appeal, but
But I wasn't driving it hard. I'm just driving it around town.
Yeah, we were only driving it hard.
Right.
So I would love to like cruise around the neighborhood with it because I just haven't.
That's how I've been using it.
Yeah.
Just kind of as a daily, grocery. You know how I like to get groceries and annoy you with pictures of groceries in the trunk.
In the frunk, it's the greatest thing.
Yeah,
I live for that.
I was doing that. I was doing my regular driving in that instead of the Bronco and going, this is a valid choice. This is really fun. Of course, everywhere I go, where there's a BMW guy, I'm getting huge thumbs up and hellos, including from a guy who had a brand new BMW M2 that just floored me. That car looked, I say what you want about that car. I saw it in person in Brentwood and I lost my mind.
Because you liked it.
I liked it a lot.
What color?
It was like some sort of like chalk color, non-metallic chalk.
Okay.
And it had been modded out a little bit and maybe some new wheels. But I got to drive that. Have you driven the new M2?
Yeah, I'm not big on. I hate both the transmissions on it. It's. I love the last M2 so much, and then this one, like the manual's just not right, and the automatic's geared wrong, and
right.
But it's good. It's good. It's a good car to hammer on. It's not a good car to.
Well, you know me, I get excited about the way my approach is always how it looks.
Yeah.
I loved the way it looks. I haven't driven it yet. You're probably right about it, but still, I saw it and I went, I want to be in that car right
That's
now.
an unusual reaction because I still find it odd looking.
Yeah, I'm getting lost in the BMW love.
I mean,
okay,
there's-
so
yeah.
compare this car to an M2 CS,
The
the 1M.
No
Like,
comparison.
Which would you get?
M2 CS is one of the best cars available. M2 CS is like, it's so good. It's hard to put into words how good it is. I mean, I remember when I had that car, we were down in Malibu at Bill's, and I grabbed Zuckerman, and I'm like, "Hey, BMW guy, come here!" And I put him in. I said, "Buy this car," and then he bought one, and he loves it. And that is one of my favorite memories. Is my buddy used to have a Lamborghini Huracan Performante, and I was driving the M2 CS. And it was a small, tight road, but he could not keep up. That's how good the M2 CS is. He could not keep up.
Because that's the car I'm going to drive next.
Oh, dude, you're gonna buy it. That's a car I think you'll actually just buy. It's that good, I think.
How am I getting hooked on these weird little cars after all this other stuff?
Because you've been driving gigantic vehicles around, like the Bronco. It looks good.
Well, no, I like that. But you're talking about like the GT3 RS.
Oh, no.
That's it. No, that's a very big vehicle.
It is large. Yeah. Compared to this, especially.
Yeah.
The 1M's tiny. Yeah.
This thing just buzzes around. And it's so much fun, and you're shifting gears. I've been whistling the whole time I've been in it.
I mean, I love my little, Corolla because it's like, the tiny little thing, and you shift your own gears, and it's not the size of a ribbon.
Spike, what's wrong with you? I listened to the show. Why are you driving these teenager cars?
Wow. Jerry's sounding old.
You have to drive the 914 with the Volkswagen engine, the 0.4. Oh, he's already harassing me every time I talk about other brands, and he's right.
He is?
Yeah,
Why?
because he knows. He knows that these are just kind of course deviations that I will adjust back to the great 911.
So you're chatting up a lady, but you're going to go back to your wife.
Yeah, he entertains the stupidity, but when he
gotcha.
comes to town, he'll go, I'd like you to drive this.
Yeah.
And then I lose my mind again.
Yeah, well,
oh my God. Yeah. An IROC car? What is this? And then I'm gone. But I get lost.
Yeah.
And see, Zuckerman suddenly has influence over me.
Uh-oh.
Maybe I'm that. Maybe that's what happens. Oh, see, look, that light just went out in the back there. We have a motion detector light in the back there, and it just pops off. These will be the charming little things about
That's
the
fine.
show.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Who cares?
I don't.
You know what I do care about?
AG1.
No.
Oh, BlueChew.
Well, yeah, it's one or the other.
Mixing AG1 and BlueChew.
I can't do them together. You pick one.
Oh, I think you care about AG1.
AG1
Yeah.
is something I drink every day.
I'm back on it.
You are?
I'm back on it. New health kick. I'm back on the AG1.
Prebiotics, probiotics, gut-supporting ingredients to support your digestion, reduce bloating, and keep you regular. Why? Why did you suddenly, because of the Vegas trip, you felt like you'd really gone too far?
No, I was doing really good. I'd lost all this weight, and then I had like a little army injury right here.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, I'm old. I'll take a month off, and then a month became 3 months, and then it was just like, got to get back on it. And
So now in the morning,
AG1, baby, first thing.
do you have enough? Do we need to get you more?
Sam, I need more. AG1 me.
Sam,
who
who sells our advertising,
and sends me AG1.
Since drinking AG1, I've noticed major changes in Johnny's gut health. His gut is getting smaller. Definitely, he's less bloated. Overall, it just feels like his digestion has improved. There has not been much gas in the studio. AG1 is made with bioavailable ingredients that actually work in your body. You know, they sent me a big jar of those omega-3s, and I love them.
Yeah.
I love them.
The fish-free omega-3s.
For many years, the doctors have said, please take something like this, and I have said no.
I'm going to let my brain rot.
I don't like the word krill, and I don't like to burp up fish burps.
I don't need brain health.
And I don't like the idea that there's extra mercury in that fish skin. And by the way, get off my back about my RFK impression. Alec Baldwin did it on SNL. So there. You think I'm mean? He's mean.
That's right.
I actually liked it.
He talked about having a dolphin in his car or
Was
something.
the dolphin vaccinated? I hate McDonald's. Did you say me hate McDonald's? I care about
Anyway,
Yes,
AG1.
yes.
AG1. Start your day with AG1. Notice the difference for yourself. It's a great first step to investing in your health. First step, that's what Johnny just did, and that's why they've been a proud sponsor of mine and Johnny's for so long. Try AG1 to get a free bottle of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/spike911. That's a $48 value for free if you go to drinkag1.com/spike911. Check it out. And we do have a BlueChew ad you look forward to. Speaking of BMWs, everybody's a Twitter about Matt Rimac driving an E39 BMW M5 in his day job as the hypercar CEO.
Yeah, I saw that. Good for him.
I know. I don't know. People send it to me over and over again. It's fantastic, but it's not much to talk about. He enjoys classic Bimmers.
Like, what's he supposed to drive?
Apparently, he has a bunch of other stuff. E30s M3. He's got an Evo 2, E30 M3 Evo 2, an F90 M5, and an E85 BMW Z4 M Coupe. See, that's something I would get.
He should get rid of the F90, but the E39 is really good. I'm not an F90 fan, but yeah, I mean, that's a great car. Why wouldn't like a car guy?
Yeah, a car
drive
guy's got a
car
car collection. It's not a big surprise.
Yeah, a billionaire car, 30-year-old has a nice car collection.
Yeah, you don't want to drive a hypercar to work every day.
No.
That makes no sense. Also, by the way, touching on last week's conversation about heated seats and cooled seats, here's where the confusion was, Johnny. And this is all that we should have said. There was this stupid argument.
It really was a stupid argument
about heated seats and cool seats going on at the same time, and everybody's right in this situation because there's three sets of seats. There's heated seats, there's cooled seats, and then there's ventilated seats. Three different kinds. And in general, the ventilated seats and the heated seats stay on at the same time, using small fans to circulate. This is what ventilated seats are defined, but there's already gray areas in all of this.
Yeah.
Ventilated seats use small fans to circulate air through perforations in the seat to draw warm air away from the body. The air is not usually air conditioned to be cold, but it can be.
Right.
Ventilated seats can also help reduce humidity in the car. So in that scenario, you would have the heat on and the ventilated seats, right?
Sure.
To get rid of the sweat. Cooled seats circulate colder, conditioned air throughout the seat.
Yes.
But here's where it gets confusing. The air may or may not be refrigerated. Cooled seats use a built-in system of fans and an electronic control system. Some cars offer both ventilated and cooled seats.
What? I've never seen
but
that.
the term ventilated is sometimes referred to as air conditioned. So there's a lot of confusion here.
There's no standardization, but
I can say that none of us are right. It's just a mess.
Yes.
But I can tell you what I prefer, which is I want one or the other. And some people prefer them both on at the same time.
I just don't turn on the seat heater ever. It solves that problem. So
it's really a horror. I always order them because my wife is always happy when we have them.
My wife loves it.
And little kids.
but my wife, that's her favorite thing in cars. Her favorite thing ever in a car, Mercedes on their convertibles, they have a thing on your neck that blows hot air on your neck. She's like, why isn't that in every car?
Wow.
And I'm like, that's the first thing I'd ban.
You could pay me to do that, Johnny. Shut up, Zuckerman. I'll blow some hot air on your neck. Ma! You could take the drugs. You could take everything. Just give me my mother back.
Wow.
Zuckerman is the penguin. Here's another interesting problem on the new show.
Yes.
We keep hitting the timpani drums below us with the desk. I love new set problems. It's great. It's fantastic. We're trying to stamp them out, but I'm like, it's better if they're there. It's more interesting to get rid of the problem once we have it, but to make it part of the show. But the timpani drum desk right here was an unanticipated funny thing that's going on to us. This, by the way, is a bar top. Yeah. We'll go through it in the video show, but you know, it's nice. Could have a drink here if you wanted to. You're our only drinking member of the show.
I might be done with drinking after last night, so.
Is that what's going on? You're a little hungover?
My friend's birthday, and then we started drinking a little bit. But then my friend has a jam space in his garage that's soundproofed. And so at like midnight, it's like, hey, let's go play. And we just played music for hours and drank whiskey while playing music.
Did the police show up?
No. He's got a gigantic spread. There's no one.
Did you record any of this music?
No.
Next time, record it.
But
I'd like to hear it on the show.
I did scrape the skin off my thumb. That was pretty good. So, see that on video?
There's no way you're not drinking, Johnny.
What do you mean?
You'll recover and you'll keep drinking.
Maybe. I just feel horrible. It was a long night.
Well, we appreciate you showing up.
Thank you.
That's like Hugh Grant.
Yes.
He did a take like that for us.
Yes. I get compared to Hugh Grant quite often.
Another story, at least 1,000 people sent me personally, and I'm sure 500 sent you. Can you guess the story? The biggest story of the week? It kind of had something to do with cars and Zuckerman's business. California car insurance scam.
The bear.
Yes.
The four people that dress up like a bear and attack their own car.
But they don't all four dress like the bear. But here's the story, just in case you missed the story that was everywhere. 4 people arrested in California car insurance scam. And here, the scam was pretty inventive. They would, and I think in this instance where they get caught, they'd have a Rolls Royce. They would have the Rolls Royce parked somewhere where there was some sort of like cloudy, low-res security camera on it. And then a bear breaks into the car and damages it. You could probably pull up some of the pictures right up here so we can look at it.
So good.
You just put bear. I bet if you put bear into Google News, it would pop right up, Cameron.
Bear Glendale.
Our Los Angeles residents, Ruben Tamrazian, Arat Cherkinian, Vad Muradakian, and Alfia Zuckerman were each charged with insurance fraud. There's the video right there. And conspiracy in connection with the reported scam, the Department of Insurance announced. The state agency's investigation began after insurance companies suspected fraud earlier this year, according to a news release. Yes, there were suddenly lots of bear attacks in cars. Look, there's the costume right there. And there are the things they use to get rid of it.
Yeah. I mean, insurance companies, there's not much good you can say about them, but they're very good at sniffing out fraud. Like
I wouldn't say they're very good.
Oh.
Zuckerman said, every once in a while he'll get a call like this. He goes, yes, I was in an accident, bro. They go, how many people were in the car? How many you want to be in the car? That's the answer. Yeah. And then he hangs the phone up. But these guys, I did call Zuckerman. I said, look, just tell me, just give me some opinion about what you. Of course, he had seen the story too, and he goes,
she's hot.
She's my Zuckerman relative. It's a different spelling.
I know.
This is, I think, an Armenian spelling of Zuckerman, which I didn't know there was.
There isn't.
But he and I both agreed that we really were, we applaud their ingenuity. That this was very funny. Whenever somebody commits a funny crime, you kind of root for them.
Oh, totally.
And, I could see my way into writing these guys into an episode of something. They're funny. They came up with a good plan.
Stick him in our green room. We'll have the guy in the bear suit, Radamak with the pipe, maybe.
Bear guy he could be the mascot for the show. We could bring him right in here in that costume and let him damage seats.
But what we're not seeing is the way that they catch him is they have a van. They have like a fake, like a plumbing van or whatever, and they have an insurance inspector with a camera recording the guy like putting on the bear suit. And, like the insurance company has all that.
They do?
Oh, of course. I had a thing. I
don't think they do. I think they caught him on video and then they got a warrant. They went to the house and found the bear costume.
I can almost guarantee that the insurance company sent an undercover camera and they.
How could they get a camera in a guy's apartment? They can't do that without a warrant or any sort of.
No. It would be on the street. They had to get because the cars were street parks.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you're saying they may have staked it out that way.
One time, I like nicked the rear of a car.
Right.
Okay. In the same city where this occurred.
Yes.
And there was no damage. I had photos. And then 18 months later, I get a call from an insurance company like, hey, what about this accident? And I go, what accident? So I had to call the insurance guy. He goes, tell me your side of the story. I tell him. He goes, okay, I just needed that because we have them on camera with a baseball bat smashing the rear of the Audi in.
Yes.
Because they just send people with cameras and record.
No, they do that all the time, right?
Yeah,
Someone
yeah.
says they have workers' comp, they can't move, and then they show them moving furniture and the rest of it. This is way more fun.
Oh, this is highlight of the week. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, if we could get to them, I would have them on the show for sure. First of all, that bear costume we just had up there. Where did you get? That's a pretty cool bear costume. Where did you get it?
I like the salad tongs for.
How did you come up with this idea? I want to know the origin story. Like who came up with the idea? It's pretty good.
How did the bear open the door?
Yeah, was this like Friday night beers and we're in the backyard like cooking meats on the barbecue? And hey, you know what would be cool? We get a guy, maybe you dress like that bear.
Me?
You, yeah. And we use some of these salad tongs, and we rip the seats apart
from your used Rolls Royce.
But what do we do? Well, then the car comes to me anyway, and I give the estimate to the insurance company.
$1 million.
It's a Rolls Royce. The bear pissed all over everything. Did shit in the glove. Where do we get the feces? That's where Elisa Zuckerman comes in.
Excellent.
The car's a complete. We try to fix it, then we realize we can't. This is worth millions. And they did this over and over again.
Yeah.
The only problem is, I mean, I follow a lot of like Lake Tahoe, like Instagram accounts, because I like the bears of Lake Tahoe that break into houses. And there was one last week where the bear broke into a kitchen. It opens the fridge. The girls are in their Airbnb laughing, going, oh my God, what do we do? The bear opens the refrigerator and doesn't like anything in it. And he's looking and he slams the door. He opens the freezer. There's nothing. He's like, God damn it, there's no good food here.
Did he eat the girls then?
They probably had organic stuff or just stuff. He was like, I don't want this stuff, this vegan. I need some real food here. Yeah. They didn't even have ice cream. Really made me laugh. But I think there are like 10 to 1 those to the car, the bear actually getting into the car. I've seen that one, but it's kind of the same one every time. You know, there's a camera on a car, the people are yelling, and they go, get out, and then the bear comes out.
But the other thing is, when the bear goes into the car, they're looking for food. When the fake bear got into the Rolls Royce,
right.
It was just like scratching everything. Like it was.
That's right. They needed direction. They needed someone like me to come in and go, okay, look. Here's the security shot. This is what we're gonna see. Okay, bear, you enter the car. What's the first thing you think? I claw the seats. No. Maybe there's a lunch bag on the seat, and you eat that first. Go try that. That's good. That's good. Now you're angry. There's no more food. What do? Claw the seats. No. You start hitting things. You don't immediately go for your.
There's more food in the back seat. You have to get to the back seat.
Yes.
Giant bear.
I would love to see the raw footage of these bears, because there had to be some footage that was wrong, right?
Oh.
Like the camera, because just the camera you threw up there was so foggy. Like it's like the first security camera from the early 1800s. Like nobody has a camera like that anymore. You can't see anything. Like look at how blurry that is. That's so funny. That must be their footage. And the way the bear opened the door and gets in is just like a person going to a Halloween costume party. Look, and then he just starts touching things. These guys are great.
Yeah.
These guys are fantastic.
Really,
and it was a 2010 Rolls Royce. What's that worth? $20,000 at this point?
A little more, but yeah, But
This new video show is going to be so fun. We could do a whole hour on the Bears and the Zuckerman. And I want to be able to call people, too. I want these guys to be able to jump in on the screen so we can chat with them live.
what was the first
Via
guy's
satellite.
name? Mrs. Zuckerman.
What's that?
Mrs. Zuckerman, tell us about replicating the bear feces.
We have Ruben Tamrazian.
Yes, Ruben
26.
That's good.
Arat Cherkinian, 39.
I like Ruben. Ruben's good enough.
The third one I'm going to butcher. V-A-H-E. Vay Murad Kanyan. And Alfia Zuckerman. He was very proud to see his name, by the way.
Oh, he sent me a photo of her. Trust me. It was full communication.
BlueChew. We love BlueChew.
Yes.
We gave Zuckerman a pillowcase full of BlueChew to take to the seniors who hang out with his mom. And we said, when you want more, just call up BlueChew. They deliver the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra at a fraction of a cost and chewable form for those of you who still have teeth in the home. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com. Consult with one of their hot, licensed medical providers. And once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. BlueChew tablets are made in the U.S. and prepared and shipped directly to your door. The best part's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. I really do hate waiting in line at the pharmacy. I had to get a vaccination or something at the CVS, and it was one of the most demoralizing half hours of my life.
Why so bad?
Because you're standing in line with really sick people. And you go, this guy. I was just like, what am I doing?
It's like the DMV. It's just like,
I love the DMV by comparison.
Really?
Yes.
No.
I do.
What DMV do you go? You probably go to a good DMV.
No. I go to a bad one, and I get into how it's going to go wrong. I get in shouting matches sometimes. I had a bad one over there over something. I can't remember. But,
Wow.
But they told me everything I needed. I walked in with it, and the lady said, you don't have anything that you need. And I didn't catch myself, and I got a little upset with her. I apologize to you, lady, whoever you are.
And I apologize to the lady I screamed at about my license plates. I'm sorry.
Yes, we're both very sorry.
Very
Anyways,
sorry.
BlueChew wants to help you have better sex. Nursing home people.
Yeah.
No one's having sex with my ma. Shut up, penguin. Discover your options at BlueChew.com, and we've got a special deal for you, the listeners. BlueChew is free when you use promo code SPIKE911 at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code SPIKE911 to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank BlueChew for sponsoring
Ma, quit
Spike's
eating the
Car
BlueChew.
Radio.
You ate my BlueChew, Ma.
What did you get me, Paul?
You stop eating my BlueChew. That's for me.
I ate those blue M&Ms in the pillowcase.
No, Ma.
Those are for the memory people.
I'm just imagining a bunch of dementia patients with big erections, not knowing what's happening.
I'm not sure that's how it works.
Oh, me neither.
I think you have to have the mental thought of I'd like to have sex coupled with the circulatory enhancement to get the full boneration of what BlueChew provides. I used to think you take the pill and then you're bonered up walking around, but I don't think that's how it works.
I've never taken one, but I should take some BlueChew. I need some BlueChew. Sam?
We can
I want my AG1 BlueChew cocktail I'll mix it with whiskey.
You could do that.
I could. I should do that.
You could absolutely do it.
We should do that on the show. I could
Shake it up.
I could get a whiskey, an AG1, and a BlueChew cocktail going.
I'll do it.
All right. You're not drinking the whiskey. Come on.
Oh, not the whiskey.
Yeah.
I wouldn't add that to my AG1.
I would. That'd be interesting.
Our friends at Tesla have the highest fatality accident rate among all car brands in America. I was very surprised to hear this stat. Let me set it up. A recent study from an outfit called IC Cars, you can trust them, that analyzed data from the U.S. Fatality Analysis Reporting System. The study also breaks down the data for individual models. The Tesla Model S has a rate more than double the average at 5.8 per billion vehicle miles driven. Meanwhile, the Tesla Model Y, the car I have, The best-selling vehicle in the world has a fatal crash rate of 10.6, nearly 4 times the average. It also ranked as the 6th worst vehicle overall in this category. So why are Teslas and many other ostensibly safe cars on the list involved in so many fatal crashes? The study, when you get to the end of it, attributes it just to the type of driver that buys the car, not the car.
It's the Corvette problem. It's like all crashes with Corvettes are horrible. They're always a bad crash.
IC Cars executive analyst Carl Brower said in the report, a focused alert driver traveling at legal or prudent speed without being under the influence of drugs or alcohol is most likely to arrive safely regardless of what vehicle they're driving. That the models on this list likely reflect a combination of driver behavior and driving conditions.
By the way, I used to work with Carl Brower.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, at Edmonds for a week. Anyhow,
Why does he spell his name with a K instead of a C?
He's German. Carl.
I know.
Carl Brower.
But he's here now.
Yeah, no, I think it's totally. I think with the Tesla thing, it's a combination of the type of people, but also there's way too much of trying to use the full self-driving nonsense, and you're just getting a lot more.
But that can't attribute to the
people are taking off
fatalities.
their seatbelts and jumping in the back seat. And
I don't think that, but that's not what they're saying. Here's what I think they'd be saying, and you've driven Teslas. Mm-hmm. They're really fast. Like, you know, a lot of friends of mine are like, hey, I just want to get the kid's a new driver. I want to get him a Model 3. And I go, yeah, if you don't want him around. They go, why do you say that? I go, because it's too fast for them. They're learning how to drive, and that acceleration is going to get them into trouble. And you know, my wife is not someone who races cars, and I have that Y on the dimmer mode, the slower mode. And she's better in that. And when it's on hot, she gets really excited. She's like, ah! She's like jumping really fast. And I'm like, honey, I don't think you want to handle speed like that. But I can see in her eyes she likes it. But it's not exactly, you know, the safest mode for her, because she's not someone who's used to a car losing grip or, you know, doing something it's not supposed to do.
Yeah, I think it's just if you were to dig down, you'd find the accidents are really bad. But I think the reason Tesla jumps to the front of the pack over, say, Corvettes or other equally powerful vehicles is the self-driving that's not actually self-driving. It's
right.
Smart cruise control. But that said, like, you know, Teslas are very safe. The Model S is an incredibly safe car.
Right. That's why I was surprised by this.
So in other words, to go with what you're saying, when you're crashing really hard. These are over 60 mile an hour crashes.
Right.
Doing something weird.
Right.
Not a normal crash.
I see.
Yeah. So, you know, the Corvette safety problem.
I signed up for Waymo too. I'm very excited about this. It's rare that I need a ride, but when I do, I'm in the zone where that has Waymos now.
Yeah, we got Waymos now too. It's all of LA, I think, finally.
What's stopping us from getting into a Waymo and doing a little segment without them knowing? Without them
nothing.
knowing.
Camisa did it already. We were going to do it, and then their PR Waymo dropped the ball, and then Camisa did it. So if we did it, all you'd hear is, "Oh, Camisa already did this." So
Yeah, no one watches that show.
that's true. What show?
Except me.
Yeah. So that's.
But still, what's stopping us?
Nothing. Nothing is stopping.
Do you think our version of it would be better than his?
Of course.
I do too.
Yeah, we're much funnier.
But we don't have cameras that could go in there, do we? We
Sure
do
we
the
do.
show from here now.
Oh. We just get a bunch of iPhones and time together, Cam. Come on.
I really like that single. Put up my single again right there. This isn't bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
You see how the mic arm blocks my melty neck? It's perfect.
You need a better coffee cup. Aside from that.
I do have a better coffee cup. I have the original David Letterman coffee cup from his NBC shows that I pulled off his desk.
Oh,
I
so
could
you
bring
stole
that. I stole is the wrong idea. Well, maybe it is. I don't recall. I did lift it.
Lift it.
But no, but where would that have gone?
To our friend Jay Ryan's house.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. He's got the rest of the set.
Which he bought.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I could gift it to him.
Or just use it.
Or he could gift us that set. That's probably, since I was a writer on the show, probably the way it should go.
Yeah, totally.
He should just give us that.
Okay.
It should be with me, not him.
Yeah.
I put it in mothballs, so I don't know what to do with that.
We could repurpose it. Get rid of this thing.
We've got a beautiful bar top here, and if you look on the underside right there, you can't see it. We've got the history of Porsche in books. We've got a couple of characters I created, some models, model cars.
Model cars, not female models.
Yeah.
Yet.
But I think to the one, I was thinking maybe some cigars are going to be there.
Yeah.
Maybe you could recommend like a bottle of bourbon. Like I don't obviously don't know the alcohol world. I think that's going to fall to you. Like this is something we could drink. I think we're talking about maybe starting an SCR newsletter as well that covers all this stuff.
Okay.
The watches we like, the bourbons you like, your cigars versus my cigars.
I'm going to Kentucky on next Thursday, so I'll bring something back.
Right?
Put it right there.
Wouldn't that be great?
I'll do it.
It'll be fantastic.
We got to do it.
What do you think so far? Everybody at home can't see it, but you see what we're going to be able to do here, Johnny. Do you like it?
It's
Are you going to wear sunglasses on the show like that?
I think so. I hate lights. Maybe not. I don't know.
Take your glasses off for 1 second. Let
I
me look.
hate looking at myself on camera. I'm on camera all the time. I do 2 other podcasts where I'm on camera constantly. I just hate seeing myself. So
I'm with you. I
yeah.
hate seeing you too.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know. I don't mind you with sunglasses on.
Yeah, it's fine.
Look, it's normal to not like looking at yourself or hearing yourself.
Yeah.
The people that are called narcissists.
Yes. I hate the sound of my voice.
Yeah.
I hate seeing
but
my
you
own
just have to
image.
get over it.
That's what I do for a living, so it's fine. Yeah. So
I wouldn't go that far.
No, literally, that's what I do for a living.
What?
You've been on it. I have a podcast on Motor Trend called The Inevitable. I get
Oh, yeah,
paid
yeah.
for it. Yeah.
I keep hearing it and I'm coming back to it and then I'm never invited.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. You're invited. You were one of our more popular shows, it turned out. They want you back.
I would love to.
Yeah.
But
it's on
I'm
video.
waiting for the invitation. Do you
Yeah.
still do it at the Podcast One studio?
Funny story. We left. We went to a mansion in Beverly Hills.
Oh, that's right. You said this.
And then they left that because they hated it. And now we're at a temporary spot because they're rebuilding out the Beverly Hills spot.
But it's still under the umbrella of Podcast One.
Yeah, but we're going back. They're remodeling everything. They're building a new studio, and that's ready like next month. So we'll be back. We'll have you back.
Who's running Podcast One at this point?
Oh, I don't know anything about it. I have no idea.
Well, I thought Adam Carolla was partnered over there. Is it his outfit now?
I don't think so, but could be. I don't know. I just show up and talk. I don't, kind of like this. I have no idea.
Last thing I wanted to ask you, Johnny,
Yes,
before
sir.
we go,
Yes, sir.
and forgive me if I missed it.
Yeah.
Motor Trend.
Yes.
We're in that time of the year where everybody picks their favorite car of the year, their favorite SUV of the year.
Yes.
Seems to be happening earlier. Like, Walmart is advertising Christmas shit in August.
Yes.
Did you make your picks? Were you part of that? And
I was part of SUV of the year,
okay.
and we announced that, and I wrote the article.
And what was it?
It was the Lincoln Nautilus.
The Lincoln Nautilus.
Remember, I brought it by Zuckerman's house.
That's right.
And it had
the
a
Lincoln
really-
the Lincoln lawyer was using it in his show.
That's right, and it was it's surprisingly excellent SUV.
Have they done car of the year yet?
I know who it is. I can't tell you. We've not announced it yet.
Will I like it?
Yes.
Or is it going to be like the Prius?
It'll not be like the Prius.
It won't be like the Miata, the MX-5. Is it something that I would drive? Is it expensive?
There's a version of it
Oh.
that you would drive. How's that?
That's good.
Yeah.
When will you announce it?
I think the day after this show airs.
Come on.
I can't. My hands are actually tied on that one. So,
All right.
yeah.
Is there anything we missed?
We didn't really make enough fun of Zuckerman.
That's all right.
Yeah,
He's going to be back. How do you think he'll do over there sitting in the
Terrible.
corner?
Here, can I imitate Zuckerman?
Oh, so you think he's going to hit microphones?
He's going to hammer the microphone by checking his...
I think he's going to be a little nervous. Like we're in a new position, right? You're a little nervous, and I am. We're not sure where to look yet, but it's manageable. You calm down 20 minutes in. I think he's going to be a little weirded out.
Well, he's awkward on camera. He's totally great on mic, but I've seen him on camera, and he gets weird.
He'll be fine. He was really awkward on mic early on, and then suddenly now is not so.
He was. Do you remember the first time?
But do you think he should sit where you're sitting? Do you think he should sit there?
So I don't know, because the way we do the show.
Do you think I should sit where you're sitting and
No.
these guys should be on either side?
No. But it's weird because for people listening, the way we do the show is Spike, I'm in the middle, and then Zuckerman.
Right. That's why I did it like this.
Yeah, but no matter where we record, this is how we sit.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, you're the car expert.
I guess. But I don't.
Zuckerman is the expert in
Legal matters.
and
Poop.
poop.
Yes, Nazis and
Nazis
feces. Yes,
and
yes.
feces,
He's our
yes.
Nazis and feces consultant.
Yes.
I
Okay.
don't know, but I think he'll. I don't know. I've seen him on camera a few times, and he's very awkward. It is weird because he's not awkward anywhere else.
I think he's getting ready. I think he's getting himself together for it.
okay.
But I told him this. I go, look, nobody cares what we look like.
That's weird, right? Yeah.
No one cares.
Yeah.
We're just a bunch of old idiots,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, do you care when you watch? I'm watching Jeremy Clarkson on his Amazon show. I don't give a shit. I just want to hear him talk.
I marvel at the fact that he's still alive.
Yeah.
But other than that,
He's not. Let's have Jake Paul fight him. That would be something.
I mean, yeah, or maybe Tyson fight him since Tyson didn't look so hot.
I feel bad for Mike Tyson. I really wanted to see him have one last moment and one last brawl and knock that loser out. But
Oh, that guy's such a scumbag.
he is.
He really is.
Well, I mean, I don't know him. I don't know anything about him. I admire that he's turned himself into a whole empire and makes money. But
Yeah.
when he came on, the difference between him coming into that stadium, right? He comes in the dumb car with his beverages and and then Tyson just walks in
Yeah,
like a
by
guy.
himself.
Yeah, it was great.
That was really good.
That the real boxer, the real man, was on display there,
Yeah.
and to me, that was the win of the
Oh,
whole
for
fight
sure,
right
for
there.
sure.
That walk, that showed us everything we needed to know, right?
Yep. Also,
But if Jake Paul fights Conor McGregor, I'm in.
Conor McGregor will kill him.
Let's hope.
Oh.
That's what we want.
Is that what they're talking about?
that was floated.
Because I heard Cielo.
I only want to see a real fight, and if Jake Paul can survive Conor McGregor, fantastic.
Would
But
it
I
be-
want to see a real fight,
would
not
it
a
be-
fake fight.
Would it be boxing or MMA?
Whatever they got.
Ooh, MMA, he'd die. I mean, it would be like Ronda Rousey against what's her face.
Look, dude, there's a real appetite to see this guy get beat up.
Yeah,
And
oh.
I think Jake Paul knows it and doesn't care about it. And I think it would be fantastic to see it actually happen. I think it could, in fact, unite America.
Canelo,
I think it's
sorry.
the only thing.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I think it's the only thing right now in this splintered United States where it's red states. And the one thing that we could all agree on together that could bring us together is let's beat the shit out of Jake Paul. We're going to leave you with that. We love you, America. We'll see you next week. And you'll see us very soon on Spike's Car Radio. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to Spike's Car Radio. Listen to new episodes every Wednesday and be sure to subscribe. Taste my biscuits.